All right, we're live and on the record for our YouTube recording with our Saturday Speed Thrills featuring Richard Lake in the B main. JK, he didn't show up for his qualifiers. He just got here, so he's going to play the bump game. We got volunteer marshals out here. Thank you very much. We got a Sportsman 21-5 B main. It's settled down here in 5 minutes. We have room for two. Kevin, you okay playing zone there? All right. Thank you. All right, marshals ready, drivers ready. Let's go racing to the sound of the tone. 1 and 2, breaking free. Bottom field kind of wadding up into one another. John is going to get on that 3 spot, though. Phil Bourdon leading it out here. He gets it wrong, as does Greg, so no change in the top 2 right there as they come down the straightaway. Phil's going to lead off that first lap. So Phil and Greg, 1 and 2. Something happened to Phil. Greg went huge over the triple section. They're playing it smart. They know they don't need to battle one another. They just need to beat the rest of the field. Greg going for a ride. It's going to have to get marshaled out. Number 3, John. Not close enough to pass, but shores up a lot of that deficit there as Phil Bourdon clicks off another one. We got room for 2 in the A main event here, which will be race number 7. Oh, leader getting it wrong in the triple section. Rights himself. Greg not close enough to get around. Reed was in the 3 spot. Gets it wrong in that triple section. Going to give it up to John. Johnny trying to settle in. Get some laps in here. He wants to catch back up. Especially to his dad. Meanwhile, 1 and 2. Breaking away just a little bit. Reed not letting him out of their sights, though. Leader getting it wrong, getting onto the straightaway. Still stays out front. 1 and 2, nose to tail. Little mistake out of John. Johnny not quite close enough to make the pass. Leader getting it wrong in that triple section. Here comes Reed now. And then our leader getting it wrong, getting onto the straight. He gets pretty quick marshal there. So Greg Clark out front. Phil Bourdon in the 2. There goes Reed. 3.5 back. Then we got John and Johnny rounding out the field. Lock timing, 2-wheel B main coming up next.
Two minutes left.
Greg getting it wrong. Is able to marshal himself, stay out front. Greg Clark in the 1, Phil Bourdon in the 2, Jake Reed in the 3, and then it's John and Johnny rounding out the field. Jake Reed in that 3 coming by that start-finish line, falling off the back end of the 1-2 battle here. And Johnny, that car coming up behind you is your leader. The appropriate thing to do is when the time is right, give him a little bit of room, let him get by you. You don't have to pull completely off the track, just a little bit of room, just like that. Well done, Johnny. So Greg starting to extend his lead over Phil. I don't think Phil's too unhappy about it because he is poised to punch his
1
way
minute
to
left.
that A main as well with less than a minute to go. Oh, Johnny and John now through the center section. Onto the straightaway they go. It's advantage Johnny. Oh, watch getting onto the straight. John bonks it. So Johnny's going to extend his lead just a tad here. And he puts it upside down. And here comes John now. Single, single. Into the flat section they go. John with a 50-50 nose grind right into the pole. "15 seconds to go, so John and Johnny are going to get by for their last lap here. John with another mistake. So Johnny, the dominant Rossiter. Oh, no. You let him try to limp it. Let him try to limp it. Let him try to finish. Let him try to finish. All right, Phil, you got it. To the chagrin of Jake Reed. Oh, then Jake busts out. Reed's going to finish out broken in the 3. Waiting on Gray Clark and John to finish. That is a race. I'll stop. Gray Clark, Phil Bourdon.
The race is completed.
Advancing that A main. Jake Reed in the 3 with Johnny Alston John for the Rostetter rivalry. Marshals, grab your blowers. Race number 2, lock timing 2-wheel B main. 17.5 that is, coming up. We need all those drivers from race number 1 down on the track. I'll need a bunch of volunteers for this one as well. We had about 3 or 4 scratches on that one. Oh, okay. Reed. Yeah, no problem. Reed. Why can't I see Reed? Reed. Hey, David Fout. David Fout. Oh, boy. David Fout. Marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. David Fout is so engaged in his conversation, he can only hear himself talking. Hey, Dave Fout. Reed can run in the A if he wishes. Can you get us fixed? Can you get it fixed? All right. Reed, you're going to go into the A main. Phil's going to take off, so you get it by default. All right, we need a couple volunteers. Looks like we are 2 short, so we need 1 underneath the driver's stand and 1 by the stairs. You guys go
1 minute to the start of the race.
Go ahead and roll them around, checking in. We got Nick V in the 8, John Marquez in the 7, Eric Wusenhofer in the 6, Zach McConnell in the 5, Tony T in the 4.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Marie Krawchuk in the 2, and Brian Bowen sitting on that BQ spot. We need one more marshal underneath the driver's stand.
Nick Valiency.
One more marshal underneath
Brian
the driver's
Bowen.
stand.
Eric Wusenhofer. Captain Ahab.
I believe we've got 3
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Oh, 6. Yep. All right, we're all checked in, so let's grid them up. Going to put Brian Bowen on the 1, Marie on the 2.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
This thing on, right? I said grid them up. Not take another lap.
Less than 5.
Brian Bowen on the 1, Marie on the 2, Scott Mann on the 3, Zach McConnell, you can move up into the 4, Wusenhofer into the 5, and Nick V, you can move up into the 6th spot. Oh, it was Scott taking an extra lap. He's volunteered marshal for me before, so I'll let it slide. We got them all covered. Phil, thank you. All right, here we go. 75 fixed timing, 2-wheel, B main event coming at you. The sound of the tone. Yo, wow. Top 3, slicing and dicing. Marie came out on top, and then they all get wadded up into one another. It was clean there for a little bit. Scott Mann going to come out clean. Wusenhofer was in the 2. He spun it around. Marie going huge. And now she's got the solid white of McConnell, the Schumacher, on her back bumper. Meanwhile, Scott Mann in the 1. Marie with a little bobble. It's going to open the door for McConnell. McConnell's going to take advantage. Move into that 2 spot. Marie to the 3. Scott Mann parking it into the pipe. Going to have to get marshaled out. That's going to allow McConnell and Krawchuk to get around. Krawchuk into the 2. Man salvaging a 3 spot here. Brian Bowen in the 4. Well done, well done. That's good. Driving right there through the flat section they go. That battle for that 2 spot is on. McConnell trying to check out here. A little bit of rough qualifying for him. He's taken a little bit of a hiatus, so it's good to see Zach coming back out here. Running some laps here with his Schumacher. It's McConnell leading us out. Marie in the 2. Scott Mann give a chase in the 3. Don't count out Brian Bowen and Eric Wustenhofer. They're right there too. Nick V not out of the picture yet. This is the B main. Anything can happen. We're only a minute 40 in. We got 3:20 to go. Not sure if that's the leader or not. It is. There are 2 white cars out there. We got Nick V, and then we got McConnell. McConnell by that start-finish line. Couple of mistakes, cashing in a lot of his lead. Krawchuk going for a ride. That's going to allow Mann to get around. So Scott Mann now moving to that 2 spot. McConnell, Mann, Krawchuk. Brian Bowen. Scott Mann, the only one shelling out a couple extra bucks for some multicolors on his body. The rest of you guys are solids. Oh, with the exception of Wustenhofer. Wustenhofer's got the best paint job in this heat right here. The rest of you guys phoned it in. One color wonders. McConnell leading us out here with a busted A-wing by that start-finish line. Leading us out here. Looks like a mistake out of Scott Mann. Allowed Marie and Bowen to get by.
2 minutes left.
So Bowen now going to move up into that 3 spot. And then the 3-4 battle get wadded up into one another. Marie going to take full advantage with a minute 50 to go. As a battle for 3. Kicking and scratching. Now Wustenhofer going to get his nose in the battle there. So now it's a 3-car battle for that 3 spot. Marie reaping all the benefits from it. Zach McConnell in the 1, going over that back triple. He's got a 7-second lead over Marie. Marie's got 7.1 on the number 3 of Wustenhofer. Like Scott Mann bowing out. Wustenhofer, the back of the field for a lot of the race, now found himself into that 3 spot.
1 minute left.
The all-white camouflage is Zach McConnell blended in with that pipe. Marshall didn't see him. Still way out in front, though. Marie in the 2. She might have backed it down a little bit too soon because now here comes Wustenhofer. Driving like a man on a mission. Trying to reel in Marie. 3 seconds separate the 2. It's going to take clean driving out of Marie. Stay away from the pipes, Marie. They are both going to get by for one more. And everyone will be done when you come by the line. Zach McConnell taking the win. Woo. Marie hopping onto the straightaway. Is she going to get it done? And she is. She's going to hang on. Wustenhofer making a late case. They're waiting for Brian Bowen to come by. And that is a race. I'll stop. Marshall,
The race is completed.
grab your blower. Zach McConnell, Marie Krawchuk, you're going into that A main event. Congratulations. We need all those drivers from race number 2 down on the track. Race number 3, our short course / stadium truck coming at you. 2. I need all 5 of you drivers plus some volunteers out here on the track, please. We've got a pretty sparse truck division going down here. Actually, we got Greg Clark getting things squared away. Brooks going to head up there. Marquez is already up there, as is Dylan. So at least have 4 or 5. All right, I'll make something out of this. Really? It can chug. Yeah, it can chug. It's pretty rough, but yeah, it can chug, which is 2. All right, here we had a Marshall race here out of Greg, so they'll give him an opportunity to get up on that driver's stand. Meanwhile, we can get a Marshall on the bucket and on cone number 5, please. We get 2 Marshalls out here, please. Juan's going to help out. If I can get one more out here, that would be
1
great.
minute to the start of the race.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Slater. You guys go ahead and roll him around. Check him in. Let me get you guys checked in before I start calling off where you're going to be.
45 seconds to the start of the race. Whatever John. Dylan Dodge. Riley Clark. Brooks Canfield.
All right, we're going to do this. We're going to put Brooks Canfield in the 1, John
Greg
Marquez
Clark.
in the 2, Greg Clark
30 seconds
in
to the
3,
start of the
Riley
race.
Clark in the 4, and Dylan Dodge in that 5 spot. You guys are all checked in, so go ahead and grid them up. No more laps. No one else by that start-finish line. Brooks in the 1, Marquez in the 2, Greg Clark
15 seconds
in the 3,
to the start of the race.
Riley Clark in the 4, and Dylan Dodge in the 5.
Less than 5.
All right, here we go, here we go. Marshall's ready. Drivers ready. Let's go racing. The sound of the tone. Oh, Brooks getting wadded up, and the front marker's getting wadded up. Holy moly, everyone got upside down except for Riley Clark. He says, I'll take it. Riley ejecting a front wheel off of his truck in round number 2 of qualifying, I believe, before he even started. Leading out the truck division. Leave that first lap. Brooks Canfield's going to try to get squared away, as is John Marquez. Despite that early slip-up out of Brooks, he's faring pretty good here. Only lost his top spot here. Oh, no, and he gets it wrong again. Loses some steering. No steering out of Brooks. So Brooks feeling the wrath. So that's going to keep Riley up into the 1. Dylan Dodge in the 2. Marquez and Greg. All of them all separated by about 2.5 seconds or so. We have got a stacked mod B main coming up next. Can't wait to see this. We are 2 in. We got Riley Clark still leading us out here. Dylan Dodge trying to chase him down in that 2 in the all-black white wheel truck. Spins it out a little bit, getting into that triple section. Marquez in the 3, Greg in the 4. So only stadium trucks remain. Rough breaks out of Brooks. That battle for 3 now getting on here between John Marquez and Greg. Riley with 5 seconds on Dylan. Oh, Riley hooking a pipe there. That's going to allow Dylan Can't see him, just a turn ahead of him. Then he's got to go single, single, single. Here comes Dylan Dodge now. All up in his business. Onto the straightaway they go. It is Riley Clark, Dylan Dodge, separated by 1.1. Marquez trying to walk away from Greg. Greg not letting him do it. Oh, Dylan Dodge makes a mistake, so Riley's going to reclaim some of that lead that he had lost. Dylan Dodge ripping most of his wing off. I guess I gave you guys a 7-minute main. Oh, well. We'll let it happen. I gave all you guys 7-minute mains. What the heck? Four minutes to go. Or 4 minutes down, 3 to go. Tens of people starting to gather around the wall here. They want to see the exciting conclusion of this truck race. They're probably gathering around for what is to come, which is a stacked two-wheel drive modified B main event. Brooks getting things fixed up. Gonna head out there and finish out. No change in the order here. Riley, Dylan, John, Greg, Canfield. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go.
Two minutes left.
Our leader hopping on the straightaway. We'll take a ride with him. Riley Clark by that start-finish line. In the Missile Pop yellow and red. Into the flat section of the course he goes. Through the S section. Over that double. Front of the driver's stand roller. Into the... Yeehaw. That'll work. Butters the lander the opposite direction. Then goes out of bounds through the triple section. And over the double by the start-finish line. That is a lap with your leader, Riley Clark.
1 minute left.
Less than a minute to go. It is Riley Dillon, John Marquez, Greg Clark, Brooks Canfield. And barring an absolute disaster, here comes Riley Clark, going to come by for his final lap. Dillon and Marquez going to squeeze by. Everyone else will be done when you come by the line. And here comes your winner of our truck class. 7-minute main by the start-finish line. Riley Clark taking the win. Dylan Dodge going to come by. I think Marquez was making a case there for number 3. He was. That is a race. I'll stop. Riley Clark, Dylan Dodge, John Marquez, your top 3.
The race is completed.
Marshals, grab your blowers. Drivers from race number 3 need you down on the track. We will need some volunteer marshals. 2L Mod B-Main Shenanigans coming at you next. All right, let's get some marshals out here. Looks like Juan's going to stay and hang out. Thank you, Juan. Let's get those drivers from that last race out here and some volunteers. We need, Riley's coming out there. Greg's going
1 minute to
out
the start
there.
of the race.
Out there. We need one underneath the driver's stand. One. We need a couple underneath the driver's stand. Let's get 2 marshals. You guys go and roll them around, check them in, roll them around, check them in.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
The 8, David Fountain the 7, Kyle Haney in the 6, Evan Fertig in the 5, Dustin Grambois in the 4, Chris Wright in the 3, Mark Sora in the 2, and Randy Locken in that BQ spot.
Mike Sora.
We
Chris
need
Wright.
2 marshals,
Little Rocket
please.
Man.
2 marshals.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Stand on
Evan
number
Fertig.
2,
Randy Locken.
and then 1
Dustin Grambois.
on the
David
corner
Fountain.
to the left of Mr. Marquez. We need 2 marshals, please. Riley, can you help him out, please?
15 seconds to the start of the race.
2 marshals, please. 2 marshals.
Less than 5.
Out there. Still need 2 marshals, please. 2 marshals on the corners underneath the driver's stand. All right. Blake, if you want one more, you can come by. If not, then go ahead and grid them up. But no one else by that start-finish line. No one else by that start-finish line. Randy on the 1. Thank you, Mr. Slater. We need 1 more on the queue. 1 more to the left of Mr. Marquez. We're going to give these guys a full batch here. Randy on the 1, Sora on the 2, then it's Wright in the 3, Grambois 4, Fertig 5, Haney 6, Fout 7, and Lake 8. Lake throwing it down cold. Going to try to play the bump game. We'll get this underway as soon as we get 1 more marshal here. On cone number 3. How about one of you guys standing over there? Hop on out there and take cone number 3. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate it. All right. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. I don't want to put a lot of weight on Richard Lake, but if he doesn't bump, I'm going to subtract a minute out of everybody else's A main. All right. So you have 7-minute mains if Richard Lake bumps. If he does not, you guys are getting 6-minute mains. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to my boy. All right, here we go. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Let's go racing at the sound of the tone. Single file start out of our mod drivers. Gentlemen and scholars, a couple guys getting it wrong there. Woo. Lake slicing and dicing, he hooks a pipe, loses everything he gained. It's a long 5-minute main. Randy Locken trying to lead out that first one. Sora going for a ride, hooks it into the pipe. That's going to let Grambois move into that 2 spot. Then Sora and Haney. Lake right in the middle. Lake getting through. So Lake moving back up into that 4 spot. Going to set his sights on Evan and Grambois. Randy in that TLR. Leading out this B main event. Hopping onto that straightaway for a second lap here. Randy with a little mistake. Lake getting by Fertig, moving up into that 3. Grambois with a little bobble is going to open the door. Watch out, Lake cooking the pipe there. Going to lose the spot. Going to have to settle and reset. We're only a minute in. We still got 4 more to go over the triple. Lake goes in that 4 spot. Randy Lockett still leading us out here. Dustin Grambois in that 2 spot. Then it's Fertig. Lake, Haney. Sorry, Chris Wright, Sora, Haney, Fout. A little traction roll out of Lake, and Lake just getting mopped up by the field coming through. It's still Randy and, Randy getting hooked up with a back marker there. Going out of bounds. That's going to put Dustin Grambois into that 1 spot. It's Grambois locking. Evan not quite close enough to capitalize on that carnage. Lake with the speed, just trying to keep his nose clean. He wants to get up in here. Fout going for a ride. Who was that? That was Locken going for a ride. And here comes Evan and Lake. Lake grabbing a fistful of throttle. Getting by Evan. So now it's Lake up into the 3. Dustin Grambois out front in that associated rig, B7. Hopping onto that straightaway right now. A little walk through that triple section, but he's squared away here. Meanwhile, Locken trying to hang on for dear life for that 2 spot. Looks like Mr. Wright going broken. So Wright down for the count here. And while my attention was turned there, Richard Lake
2 minutes left.
getting around Randy. So now it's Dustin Grambois, Richard Lake, Randy Locken. Lake with a mistake. Randy's going to get around. So now Randy going to take over that 2 spot as they hop onto that straightaway. Dustin looking a little unsettled, but still trying to stay out front. And he is. Randy with a mistake off that frontside triple. Then follows it up with another one out no man's land. Gets a hero Marshall out of Brooks. But meanwhile, Richard Lake getting out. And some clean air here. Going to work on Dustin as they come by that start-finish line. They're only separated by 1 second. Lake short in the triple. Randy not close enough
1
to
minute left.
capitalize. Dustin able to gap out just a little bit. Watching this roller coming into the straight section. With 45 seconds to go. It is Dustin in the 1, Richard Lake in the 2. Then we got Locken, Fertig, Haney, Sora, Fout. Leader coming up on Fout. Thank you very much. I never doubted you for a second. Closest battles between Haney and Sora. They're separated by 7/10. They come by that start-finish line. Leader by the start-finish line. Lake by the start-finish line. Our leader getting it wrong, but a lucky bounce lands on his feet there. Woo. With 10 seconds to go. Oh, Dustin opens the door for Lake. Lake, a man of the people. He wants to give everyone an extra minute on their main, and they're going to be racing to the line here. You'll be done when you come by. Randy's going to finish out in that 3 spot, 1 and 2, racing for that 9th position on the grid. Woo! I thought Sora was going to get a piece of him, and he didn't. We're waiting on Sora, Haney, and Fout to finish. And that is a race. I'll stop, Marshals. Grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. Richard Lake, Dustin Grambois, you guys are advancing to that A main.
The race is completed.
Which will be race number 10. Let's get all those drivers from race number 4 down on the track, please. Novice A main coming up next. All right. Let's get a couple of Marshall spots. Actually, Dustin's coming over to get one. You guys go ahead and roll them around, check them in, roll them around, check them in. Novice A main, take it easy, guys. Just a warm-up lap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, all 11 of you showed up. That's what I'm talking about. Everyone wants a piece of this action here. It's going to be 11 car.
Mike Nord. Kyle Penley.
Whirlwind of hair, teeth, and fist coming up here in just a few moments.
Johnny Rossiter 9. John Rossiter 8. 1 minute to the start of the race. Logan Meyer. Daniel Isaac Hallian. Michael Amroswis.
All right, we are going to put Logan Meyer
Thomas
in
Manuel.
11. No more laps. Logan Meyer in the 11, Thomas Bedwell in the 10, Cody in the 9,
45 seconds to the start of the
Daniel I
race.
in the 8, Mike Nord in the 7, Kyle Penley in the 6, John Rossiter in the 5, Davis Theobald in the 4, Michael A in the 3, Johnny Rossiter in the 2, and your top qualifier
Stephen Navarro.
is going to be
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Transponderless Stephen Navarro.
Cody.
All right.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Nice one, Branson. All right. Stephen in the 1, Johnny in the 2, Michael A in the 3, David
Less than
4,
5.
John Rossiter in the 5, Kyle in the 6, Mike 7, Daniel 8, Cody 9, Thomas 10, and Logan Meyer 11. All right. We are looking pretty good here. All right. We are square on marshals. All right, marshals ready, drivers ready. Okay, you guys got to keep this. Yeah, there you go, John. Take it easy on the opener here. Not everyone grab throttle. Yeah. You and Lake are going. You're good. All right, marshals ready, drivers ready. Let's go racing. Sound of the tone. Here we go, ripping and gripping here. Cars going every which way. Navarro and John getting out clean, though, 1 and 2. The RB10, we'll figure it out here when he comes by the line. In that 3 spot, they're all doing a little breakaway dance here. Cody go. There he is. Watch out. Look at Branson go. All right. Stephen Navarro doing a little early checkout. Mike A in that RB10 rear motor coming by in that 2 spot. John in the 3. So John Rossiter with a good start here. Then a whole gaggle of cars to follow. Lap traffic definitely will be a factor here in this main event. Oh, that truck's going dead there. That silver and green's dead. That one's dead. You can pull it off. Thank you very much. Rough break, and see who that was. Steve Navarro out in front. Michael A in the 2. John Rossiter in that 3 spot. Logan Meyer trying to reel him in. Then we got Logan in the 4. Kyle Penley, Davis Theobald, Johnny, Mike Nord, Cody, Daniel, Thomas. Steve Navarro gripping his teeth, trying to get through this lap traffic. Now Michael A. Oh, look at that. Kyle Penley ripping off an 18-second lap here. I'm calling cheater. Oh, no. Steven Navarro. Oh, no, you're fixed. You're good. Good. Go. You just got your body wadded up in the suspension there. Oh, close call there out of Steven Navarro. He's been leading off the whole thing. He got by. Kyle Penley getting by with a cheater lap. Gonna hot lap novice division. I got it all fixed up here. We got Steven Navarro leading us out here. We are 3:30 in, 2:30 to go. Your leader by the start finish line. Michael A in that rear motor RB10. in that 2 spot. Logan Meyer from the 11 all the way into the 3. Watch by the start finish line. We got one spinning like a top. Steven Shortcourse not
2
looking
minutes
like
left.
in tip-top shape. He's still out front, though. Michael A. keeping his nose clean. Logan Meyer still in that 3 spot. Then we got John in the 4. Johnny in the 5 now. So Johnny now starting to heat up. Trying to reel in his dad. And his dad goes upside down. Johnny gets around. So a rough start out of Johnny, but Johnny now going to move up into that 4 spot. Going to set his side on 3, and I think 3's hooked up in the pipe right there. Here comes Johnny around the outside. He gets around here. That orange car is in the 3 spot. No, and he gets wadded up. Marshals himself. Dad gets around. I think Dad might have moved up into that 3. He did not. Logan Meyer's hanging on to that 3 spot.
1 minute left.
Less than a minute to go. Less than a minute to go. It's Stephen Michael Logan. Watch coming onto the straight. Watch coming onto the straight. .24 seconds to go. 1 and 2, nose to tail, working their way through into the tabletop section. Oh, number 3 getting wadded up there. Comes your leader by the start finish on the all-white short course. Steve Navarro going to get by. Logan going to move up into the 2. And you'll be done when you come by the line. Davis, you are done. Logan Meyer, you are done. We're waiting on Steven, Kyle, Mike, Cody, and Thomas. You'll be done when you come by the line. Taking the win. Steven Navarro. That is a race. I'll stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers.
The race is completed.
Steve Navarro taking the win. Logan Meyer into the 2. Michael A. in the 3. That is a race. I'll stop. And when all is said and done, the dad putting a whipping on Johnny. Beat him out in the main. Whoever's on 5 didn't grab their blower. Oh, boy. That was Dustin. I got to give Dustin a hard time. He's new. I'll let him pass. All right, novice drivers, need you down on the track. Should have every single spot covered. There was 11 of you. All of our novice drivers, need you down on the track, please. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem. All right, 4-wheel expert.
1 minute to the start of the
Go
race.
ahead and roll them around, check them in. Looks like everywhere is covered, so we are good, bud. Good to go. Go ahead and roll them around.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
4-wheel expert, 4-wheel coming at you.
Mitchell Berkey.
Let's
Dustin Grant Watt.
Let's see here.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Johnny.
Jay Heldorfer.
Johnny.
Little Raccoon.
Can you come over and take this spot right here? Okay. Gentleman here to my left. Sir, can you get his attention, please? No.
15 seconds to the
You're
start
good
of the
right
race.
there? Okay. Will you take that spot there? I just want to put the little kid right here. It's a little bit easier of a spot. Yeah. You two switch.
Less than 5.
Yeah, you stay right there. He'll take right here. And you might have to help him out a little bit. Things go bad. All right, no more laps. We're going to put Jay Heldorfer in the 4, Mitchell Berkey in the 3, Justin Gramboyce in the 2, and your top qualifier, Apache Pequeño. It's Diego for you. Gringos. All right, Marshall's ready. Drivers ready. Let's go racing. Sound of the tone. Good start out of our four-wheel expert drivers. Four-wheel expert making a decent showing here. Didn't have to run with the intermediate guys. Get their own track. Diego leading us off here. Dustin in the 2. Looks like Mitchell getting around Heldorfer. Heldorfer did have that 3 spot on that last lap. It's going to go back to Mitchell. .21.5 Sportsman A-Main coming up next. Battle for 2 going down. Mitchell in the 2, Dustin in the 3. Those two going at it through that triple section. They go. Dustin with a rough lap. Fell all the way down and found himself back up to the 2 spot. Meanwhile, Diego checked out. He has got over half a lap on the field here. Three down, 2 to go. Diego out front, Dustin in the 2. Mitchell.
2 minutes left.
Heldorfer. So everyone is where they qualified as it sits right now. Nothing too hot and heavy shaping up here. Everyone's got their own little piece of real estate. Ha. Handful of mistakes out of Diego. He had 14 seconds. Oh, Justin had a chance to dive into that deficit. And he makes his own mistake there. He's still gained about 6 seconds on Diego on that lap. With a minute to go. Diego, Dustin, Mitchell, Jay.
1 minute left.
Everybody's pretty much working on their own lap here. 35 seconds to go. Mitchell J., you are done. Diego and Dustin, you guys are racing to the line. You'll be done when you come by. And it's going to go Diego, Dustin, Mitchell J., your top four for our four-wheel drive expert class. That is a race. All stop, all stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers.
The race is completed.
Marshals, grab your blowers. Grab your blowers. Yeah, can you help him out there and grab that one? Thank you. What's that? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. $21.5 A main event coming up next. I'm going to need a bunch of volunteers out here, please, along with our four-wheel drive experts. Well done, well done. All right, let's get some marshals out here. You guys go and roll them around. Check them in, roll them around, check them in. It's going to be Reed in that 10 spot, Greg Clark in the 9, Phil Rowan in the 8, Dave Rosen in the 7, Brooks Canfield 6, Riley Clark 5, Shane Theobald
1 minute to
4,
the start of the race.
James Maxwell 3,
Shane
Branson
Theobald,
Caller 2, and your top
James Maxwell,
qualifier,
Greg Clark, Brother 1, Dave Rosen, Brooks Canfield, Phil Rowan, Riley Clark.
All right, I need 1, 2, 3 marshals, please. 3 volunteer marshals.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Fout, where you at? Dave Fout leave. Can you help out Reed? Something happened to Reed.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
No? No good? All right, guys. Go ahead and grid them up. Go ahead and grid them up. I still need volunteer marshals out here, please.
15 seconds to the start of the
We had
race.
4 drivers in that last one. We do have a handful of you out here, but I do need more volunteers.
Less than 5.
Good. No good, Fout. No good. All right. Still need two marshals. Kevin's going to help out. We can get one more here. Perfect. Oh, nice. Ezra's going to help out. We're good, Reed. We're good. All right, here we go. Here we go. 21-5, a main event. Coming at you here. The sound of the tone. Good improv out of Branson there after a little bobble. Keep it clean, keep it clean. Good side-by-side racing here. Brother one going to hang on to that one spot. He bonks getting on that straightaway. It's going to open the door there for James Maxwell. Maxwell always finding us an extra gear here in the mains. Finds himself in that 2 spot. Gave it back up to Brother One. Then Brother One gave it back up. I believe that's Theobald in that 3. Branson in the 4. James Maxwell clicking off another one. Brother One. Theobald. Branson. Rosen Canfield. Then Clark Rowan. Clark. Lead change once again. Going to go back to brother one. Top four all wadded up through that triple section. They hop onto that straightaway. Watch on the table. Watch on the table. It is clear. Maxwell getting wrong. It's going to allow Theobald to get around. So that race for that 3 spot is going down now between Theobald, Maxwell, Branson. Sorry, that 2 spot. Brother one still out front. Brother one with a mistake. Still got a pretty decent lead, though, because this battle for number 2 is going down. Maxwell getting wrong, gets a piece of Theobald. Branson not able to drive through the carnage. Woo! Branson around into the 3 now. Bobble out of Maxwell. Branson all over his backside. Meanwhile, brother one taking advantage of this battle for the number 2. But not before Branson gets around. So Branson finds himself back up in his qualifying position in that 2 spot. Nothing but clean air out in front of him for the meantime. See if he can put this crew behind him and reel in brother one. Maxwell and Theobald doesn't want that to happen, though. They want to catch back up and get in the mix. Well done. Brother one still leading us out, going through that triple section right now, coming up on the all yellow black wheel. Oh, brother one upside down. No man's land. Heldorfer out to get him. Branson not quite close to the right. That's number 2 working with you. So Branson and Maxwell going to get back in the mix now out of a bad mistake out of brother one. So 1, 2, and 3 going at it there. Branson almost shorts it. Rights himself, though. We still got 3:20 to go. 3:20 to go. It's brother one, Branson Caller, James Maxwell. Theobald in that 4, Rosen Clark, Phil Rowan, Riley Clark, Brooks Canfield. Your running order. 1, 2, and 3 by the start finish line. They're all separated by about a second and a half. Ezra, rookie mistake there. Steps on number 1. It's Ezra's first time. Rough break out of brother one. Either that or he's on team Branson, because Branson now going to move into the 1. That's your leader working with you, Phil. And Dave Rosen, that's going to be your leader working with you. You're going to have number 2 right behind you, Phil. Branson by the line. Brother one. And James Maxwell by the start-finish line.
2 minutes left.
Working their way through traffic. Oh, 2 and 3 both get into one another. They're going to check up. Meanwhile, Branson's going to take full advantage of that. So Branson's going to be able to extend his lead here with 1:40 to go by that start-finish line. Branson with a mistake. Out to get him is Dustin. And he gets righted. Still out in front, so cashes in his lead that he had. He has it to give, though. It's Branson out front. Brother one in the 2. James Maxwell in the 3. 2 and 3 getting into one another again. So they're going to check up and wait and do the right thing. Good sportsmanship there. You guys are trying your hardest, but when you make a mistake,
1 minute
that
left.
is the right thing to do. That's a page out of the book of sportsmanship there. "45 seconds to go. Branson in the 1, Brother 2 in the 2, James Maxwell 3. Then we got Theobald, Dave Rosen, Phil Rowan, Brooks Canfield, Riley Clark, Greg Clark. Branson going to get around for one more, as will 2 and 3. Through the flat section, over the tabletop section. Here's your leader. The all blue, and here he comes. He's got one more obstacle to do, and there he goes. Branson Caller, your winner, 21-5, a main event. Attaboy, Branson. Brother 1's going to finish out in the 2 after getting waffle stomped by Marshall. James Maxwell is going to finish out in the 3. We're waiting on Theobald and Brooks to come by. And that is a race. All stop. Marshall's grab your blowers. Branson Caller, Brother 1, James Maxwell, your top 3.
The race is completed.
Hard-fought 7-minute main out of our 21-5 drivers. Thank you to our volunteer marshals. Yeah, you don't got to blow it off. It's just for the yellow cones. You're good, Ezra. Thank you. All right, lock timing 2-wheel coming up next. Let's get all those drivers from race number 7 down on the track, please. All right, here. Let's get our marshals to our spots. All of our 21-5 drivers, let's get you out to your spots, please.
1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, we need one more coming onto the straightaway. You guys go ahead and roll them around, check them in, roll them around, check them in. We are going to have Murray Krawchuk in the 11, Zach McConnell in the 10, Mitchell Berkey in the 9, Niels Clinch
45
8,
seconds to the start of the race.
7, Morris Davis 6, Dave Rosen 5,
CJ.
Chucky Stacker 4, Evan Furtick 3, Paul Weir 2, and your top qualifier, CJ. Man.
Purple Stallion. Mitchell Berkey.
We need one marshal. Watch
30 seconds to the start of the race.
We need one
Captain
marshal
Ahab.
on top of the straight.
Niels Klinchich. Morris Davis.
Get one marshal out of the field, out of the pits.
Murray Krawchuk.
Marshal here on
Dave Rosen.
number 9. No more laps. Grid them up.
15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5.
Still need a marshal on cone number 9. Let's get one marshal on cone number 9, please. We need them in all their spots there, so if we can get you guys out here, Jay going to help out. Thank you, Jay.
Evan Furtick.
Appreciate it. Oh, what do we have here? All right, let's put Dave Rosen up into the 4. Move up one, Dave. Morris Davis, move up. Then we'll put Niels right behind them, so move up to the 6. Zach up into the 7. Look at all these field promotions. Marie next, right behind Zach. And then Mitchell, we had a couple of scratches here. Out of Chucky, brother 2. All right, here we go. 75 lock timing. A main event coming at you here. 7 minutes. Sound of the tone. Plummet. Oh, Marie getting wadded up as well. Seven-minute main going down here. CJ going to hang on to that top spot. Evan up into the 2. McConnell to the 3. Wow, look at McConnell. Slicing and dicing. It's like old times up into that 3 after starting towards the back there, bumping from that B main event. Paul Weir with a rough opener, trying to make the best of it here in this long 7-minute main. CJ out front, Evan in the 2. Niels Clinshaw in the 3 now. Pushes it wide. It's going to drop a couple spots there. Mitchell Berkey, our sole expert driver, technically in that 2 spot. It's going to be CJ Mann, Evan Furtick, Zach McConnell, 1, 2, and 3. Mitchell by default 2 overall, but out front in the expert class. CJ Mann still leading us out here. Evan Furtick in the 2, Zach McConnell from the 10, all the way up into the 3. Good job, Richard. Thank you. I never doubted you. Except for every time you freaking bonked it. All right, Mitchell finding his way up where he's leading out expert here. Evan Furtick now into the 1. I didn't see how that transpired. Paul, we're going for a ride. Getting marshaled out in that back triple section. Paul, we were sitting in that 4th spot overall. And a battle going on between Rose and Clinshaw and Morris. It's Marie. 7, 2, 2. Oh, that was McConnell upside down, maybe? I don't know how Paul didn't get around him there. Something bad happened. We're 3:30 in, 3:30 to go. CJ Mann still leading it out here. Evan Furtick in the 2. Zach McConnell in the 3. Paul Weir busting a 360 on the straightaway. Good save, though. Cole Trickle style. CJ checking out here. He's in that table section. Watch out, Brooks. Whoa, no way. Right through the legs of Brooks. I thought he was going to get tagged right in the dome. CJ Mann over that front side triple. That's your leader working with you, Niels. You know that. And then we got the all yellow car. That might be Mitchell. That's going to be your leader working with you when the time comes. You know what to do. CJ Mann leading out. Evan Furtick in the 2. Zach McConnell in the 3. Paul trying to put on the afterburners, trying to run down Zach McConnell. Zach onto the straight. Paul onto the straight. Gap was 2.6. It's going to be 1.6 now.
2 minutes left.
Three and four getting wadded up in back traffic. Yikes, now someone else upside down. That's Evan in that two. Connell not quite close enough. Still got a minute 25 to go. Evan upside down onto the straightaway is going to have to get marshaled out. Here comes McConnell and Weir. So things are going to get interesting here in the last minute, 15 seconds here for the two spot. Meanwhile, CJ checking out. McConnell trying to run down Evan. Weir trying to run down McConnell. McConnell with a rollover, lands on his wheels, but Paul Weir now going to get around, move up into that three spot. Another mistake out of McConnell now, so Evan in the two. Paul Weir by the start-finish line in the three. McConnell by the line, dropping to that four spot, 45 seconds to go. A little mistake out of Evan, and then he follows it up again. Has to get marshaled out. Paul Weir grabbing the throttle, moving into that two spot. So it's going to be a battle for this two spot now between Paul Weir and Evan Fertig as they hop onto the straightaway. Paul Weir gets it wrong. Wads up Evan. So Evan going to get that two spot back. Now McConnell getting back in the mix. Then he throws it upside down. No one wants this two spot. They still got 20 seconds to go. They're going to get around for another one. Oh, Evan keeping his nose clean on that lap. Hopping onto that straightaway. Paul going to hop onto that straightaway. He will get by. So it's going to be a race to the line. Everyone will be done when you come by the line here. Paul, too little, too late. He's going to have to settle for that three spot. Evan going to cruise in on that two spot as he hops onto the straightaway right about now and finishes out. And waiting on Paul Weir. That is a race. I'll stop. CJ Mann, Evan Fertig, Paul Weir, your top three. Impressive run out of Zach McConnell, bumping from the B. Finishing out four in the A.
The race is completed.
We got intermediate four-wheel A main coming up next. Race number 9. And we'll cap the night off with our two-wheel A main event. We'll leave the track open for a little bit after race number 10. So if you're looking to hang out and run some bonus laps on the track, we'll be doing that after race number 10. Drivers from race number 8 need you down on the track. We might have a couple of back-to-backers. I know Morris is back-to-back. CJ's back-to-back. We can get the rest of you down on the track, please. Paul, take this spot right here because you're going to call the next race. Yeah. No, let's get them all stacked up. We'll get a spot on every place. Let's get all our Marshall Tourist spots, please. You guys can go ahead and roll them around. We still got some Marshall spots to cover, so come on out here, please. We're going to put Brian Wells in.
1 minute to the start of the race.
I don't know. We have a scratch here. So Brian Wells in the 11, Tanner Saunders in the 10, Matt Wertman in the 9, Wusenhofer in the 8,
James Maxwell
Gordon in the 7,
Phil
Brother
Burton,
1 in the 6,
Morris Davis
in
Eric
the
Wusenhofer.
5, James Maxwell in the 4,
45 seconds to the start of the race. CJ,
Mike Soar in
Matt
the
Wertman,
3, CJ Mann
Tanner
in the
Saunders,
2, and top qualifier,
Mike
Kevin Cornwell. Thank you, Scott. We need
Brian
one more
Wells.
at the end of the straight, and one on number 5. We need 2 more marshals, please. Guys, go ahead and
30
grid 'em
seconds
up,
to the
grid 'em
start of
up.
the race.
No more laps. No more laps. 2 marshals, please. 2 marshals, please.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
And 1-on-1.
Less than 5.
What's that? Thank you, Brooks. All right, I need 1 more marshal at the end of the straight. I'll get this thing going here. Brooks and Heldorfer, don't leave tonight without seeing me first. Appreciate all of our volunteer marshals. Brooks has been killing it. Jay's been killing it. Marshall's ready. Oh, let's see here. James, who's in number? Yeah, Matt Wortman, move up one. Everybody move up one. If there's an empty spot in front of you, move up. You can do it. I believe in all of you. All right, here we go. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready on the tone. Let's get it on. Yippee skippy. Kevin Cornwell hanging on to that hole shot. CJ Mann. Mike Sora. Keeping him honest. Maxwell. Morris in the mix. And a gaggle of others. Who's this behind Morris? Phil? Yes, it is. That's Phil. All right. Top three doing a little early breakaway. Maxwell not letting him get away from him, though. Morris Bourdon going at it. Sore out of bounds for a two-stroke penalty. Maintains his position. Falls out the back door of CJ Mann, though. Yowzers. So it is Cornwell, Mann. Sora early on here. Man hooking up a pipe. Open the door for Sora. Sora not quite there. Goes single onto the straightaway. Maxwell Morris going at it. Phil Bourdon trying not to let him get out. Mistake out of our leader there. That's your leader working with you. And Mr. Wells, that's your leader working with you. And then CJ is going to be coming up on Matt Wortman as well. Thank you, guys. You guys got these guys quick. Mr. Wells, the number 2 is going to be working up on you shortly. Sorry, leaders. You guys came up on those guys too fast here. You guys got a long 7-minute main, though. I'm going. We're about 2 minutes into our 7-minute main. Kevin Cornwell leading us out. CJ Mann, James Maxwell, Morris Davis. Closest battles for that 3 spot between Maxwell and Davis. So you come by the line. Phil Bourdon there as well. Watching on the triple, it is clear. CJ Mann still in that 2 spot. A little bit off the back door of Cornwell. Maxwell moving up into that 3 spot. Oh, he's always been in the 3. Takesies, backsies. Watch coming onto the straight. That was your leader getting it wrong. CJ is going to get around. That might have been lap traffic rearing its ugly head. CJ Mann, Kevin Cornwell hopping onto that straightaway. All right, now it's advantage CJ. Who's in that 3 spot? Morris Davis now moving up into that 3 spot. Over that back triple he goes in the push pop purple. Maxwell falling to the 4 spot. Phil Bourdon in the 5. Phil, you're going to have 1 and 2 working up on you shortly. Still 3 minutes to go in this A main event. Well done, Phil. Well done, Phil. Thank you very much. And James, you'll have 1 and 2 working up on you shortly. When the time comes, you know what to do. I know you got a battle of your own going on. Everyone takes their turn. Oh, Cornwell going for a ride. Lands on his feet, though. Lucky break out of Cornwell there. Out a bad section of the track. CJ Mann working his way through traffic. That's going to be number 2 working with you. Whoever's in that all green. Well done, well done. Cornwell, wow. Smith grind off that back triple. Almost sticks it. CJ Mann getting a break. Out in front now. He's got some more lap traffic to deal with, though. Watching the S section, watching the S section. You guys leave Paul alone. Quit talking to him. He's easily distracted. Cornwell with another mistake coming up on the back door of Wustenhofer. That's number 2 working with you.
2 minutes left.
CJ Mann doing a good job slicing and dicing them through traffic here. Coming out shining. Got about 1:30 to go, 1:30 to go. CJ Mann starting to amass a huge lead here. Cornwell in the 2, Morris Davis in the 3. Maxwell trying to reel him in. That's going to be your closest battle between Morris and Maxwell for that 3 spot.
1 minute left.
Morris pushed a little wide for the leader. Keeps it pointed forward, though. You guys got about 45 seconds to go. 45 seconds to go. 2-wheel A main event coming up next. 2-wheel modified. There goes your leader by that start-finish line. Cornwell by the start-finish line. Let's see what happened to CJ. Wustenhofer, that's your leader working with you. You have number 2 working with you shortly. So, Cornwell, I don't know what happened. CJ Mann got must have gotten wadded up because Cornwell is only 1.8 off the back door as they're working their way through traffic. Silver car, that's going to be number 2 working with you. Oh, number 2 getting it wrong. Trying to make it interesting there at the end. Car's going anywhere. Where did CJ go? There's CJ. He came out okay. Working his way through the center section. They're going to be racing to the line here. Everyone was done when you come by the line. Brian Wells, you are done. CJ screwing his teeth. Oh, no. CJ gets it wrong by back marker. And then the leader gets it wrong. That happened the way that it probably should have. Those guys were working on their own battles. And, man, 1 and 2 both got wadded up in it. That is a race. All stop. CJ Mann taking the win. Kevin Cornwell in the 2. James Maxwell in the 3.
The race is completed.
How was he? Oh, right.
All right, congratulations, CJ Mann. I think that might be a golden double, not sure. Coming up next, modified 2-wheel drive, a main event. Ought to be exciting. Cashed. All right, drivers from that last race, let's find a marshalling spot. We've done this before, so let's get in a marshalling position. Thank your volunteers on that last race. Appreciate it. All right. Water, James? Water? No water. Okay, let's get them checked in. Watch for marshals on the track. Watch for marshals on the track. All right. Charge.
Local flip-flops legend. Chicken Nugget. 1 minute to the start of the race. The deal. Kevin Gatton. James Wright. Kyler Cornwell. Jacindy Alaas. Zippy. Ryan Collar.
All right, Chase Boyd managed to hold on to that TQ.
Dustin Grandbois.
A lot of exciting racing in the heat.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, everybody's checked in. If you feel you need another lap, go for it. If not, we're stopping on the straight. All right, no more laps.
30 seconds
no more
to the start
laps.
of the race.
No more laps.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, well, we got Chase Boyd in that 1, Kevin Gatton in that 2, Cornwell in the 3.
Less than 5.
The Deal in the 4, Local Legend in the 5, Leffler in that 6, Caller in the 7, Justin in the 8, and Richard Lake from Tucson today. Bumping out of that B main in the 9, and then Dustin in the 10. Is Dustin here? Okay.
Did you get Dustin checked in?
Yeah, he's good.
You got our bumps and Richard.
All right, no sitting, Sora. No sitting, Sora. I don't want to get yelled at. Sora, stand up, please. All right, marshal's ready. Driver's ready. Going at the sound of the tone. All right, your third place driver, Cornwell, gets it wrong, manages to marshal himself out. Chase Boyd leading us out. Gatton in that 2. The Deal now moving into that 2, gets around Gatton. Rough first lap for 6 through 10, or however many guys we have. So you got Boyd out front, Deal in the 2, Gatton in that 3. Then you got Caller, Cornwell, Lake all the way up from that 9 into the 5. All right, Chase Boyd. There are races everywhere in this race, too many to call. So we're going to focus on the leader in the Losi with the yellow wheels down the straight. Then you got the Deal in the B7 down the straight. Watching the center. That's Caller getting it wrong. Gatton's going to stay in that 3. Cornwell's going to stay in that 4. Tries to go inside of Gatton. Gatton shuts the door. He's got Lake behind him. Wow, that back triple has been brutal all day. No changes here in the mod. Brutal in that 2. So you got Boyd, Smith, Gatton. That's your running order. As your leader in that Losi, goes through the backside triple. Kyler Cornwell stuck in the center. So Willie Smith is going to try and catch Chase Boyd as he heads down the straight. Willie Smith down the straight. Gatton, Clean Air in that 3. So Lake's trying to hold off Justin in the new Mugen with Caller right behind him. Local Legend has some bad luck there. Watch going on the straight. Caller messes up or gets taken out. Not sure what happened. Chase Boyd way out front. Then Willie Smith in that 2. Kevin Gatton in the 3. Richard Lake in the 4. Cornwell in that 5. He's making a hard charge. Caller in the 6. Justin in the 7. Dustin in the 8. Watching the center, Deal gets it wrong. We're only 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, guys. We still got 4 minutes and 20 seconds in this race, so let's all settle in. We got mayhem all over the track. Watching the center there, Kid Caller. The Deal goes right between him and Maxwell. So right now your race is between Kevin Gatton, Richard Lake, and Ryan Caller. Watch. As Richard Lake goes down the straight. Got Caller in tow, Gatton in the 5. Dustin moves up to that 6. Leffler, Justin Local, and Kyler. Your running order. Watching the center. It is clear. All right, Richard Lake in that 3, in Clean Air. Then you got Ryan Caller in Clean Air. I don't know what that was, but the Deal just took Justin for a ride. Chase Boyd in that 1, Willie Smith in the 2, Lake in the 3. Everybody is so spread out with 4 in, 3 to go. Boyd, Smith, Lake. That's your running order right now. Where is Richard? Everybody's way spread out. It's Boyd, Smith, Lake, Cowler, Dustin, Leffler, Gatton. Justin, your running order. Scott Spear taking a knee along with Kyler Cornwell. Richard Lake getting it wrong. That's going to allow Ryan Cowler to close that gap. Cowler's going to get around him. He's going to take that 3 spot. Richard Lake traction rolls in that sweeper. So Chase Boyd is in your 1. Willie Smith in the 2. Ryan Cowler in the 3 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to go.
Two minutes left.
2 minutes left. 5 down, 2 to go. Cowler in that 3. Smith in the 2. Boyd in the 1. Lake in that 4 spot. Dustin moving up into that 5. They got Leffler, Gatton, Justin, local legend, and Kyler taking a knee. Minute 30 to go. Minute 30 to go. Watching that back triple, it is clear. Boyd, Smith, Cowler, Lake, Dustin, your running order.
One minute left.
You heard the man. 1 minute left. Watching that center triple. Watching that center triple. That's your second place driver there. It is clear. Gatton and Dustin battling for that 5th spot right there with James Leffler. But everybody is really spread out. So you got Boyd, Smith, Cowler, Lake, Leffler, your top 5 right now with 30 seconds left to go. Watching that center triple. It's clear. That is time. That is time. Willie caught you at the line. Chase caught you at the line. Everybody else, you'll be done when you cross that line. Justin, you are done. Lake moved up to that 4. He is done. Waiting on Cowler, Leffler, Gatton, and Dustin. Cowler, you are done. Waiting on Kevin. And that is a race. That is a race.
Track is
Marshals,
open.
pick up
Track
your
is
blowers,
open.
please.
The race is completed.
You don't have to blow it off if you don't want to, but track will be open for another 20 minutes or so. Thank you, Paul, for helping out. That'll do it for our race tonight. We appreciate you guys coming on out. If you want to stay for a little bit more,